Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I hope that you're having an absolutely lovely day. Today I thought I would bring you along as I did a first impression on this palette from Alter Ego. I have never tried Alter Ego before. I've looked at their palettes for actually a couple years, and when I saw Natasha Denona come out with the glam palette, whenever that was, and I thought, if Alter Ego ever dupes that one, that's the one I'm gonna try, and that's what this is. So this is their Shadow Kiss palette, but it is a dupe of the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'm not gonna be swatching everything out for you today. If you guys are looking for swatches, I can link 2 videos down below that were really good. Jen Phelps did a fantastic review video of swatching both the Natasha Denona Glam palette and this Shadow Kiss palette. I think of what it was called again. And Allie Glines did a really good one as well. So I'll link those 2 down below if you're looking for more of a comparison between the 2 palettes. I don't have the Natasha Denona palette, but I was very excited to get to finally try Alter Ego. Before we get started on the eye look, I'll tell you what I'm drinking today. I'm trying out a black tea from this brand called Nepal Tea, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, but it looks like Kanchanjunga Noir. Organic black tea, and the notes on the back say that it has fruity and floral aromas with hints of caramel, flavor notes of raisins, cherries, and dark chocolate. I was instantly like, speaking my language. Oh yeah, it's very good. Really nice nuanced black tea. This is excellent. I thought it was interesting that Alter Ego chose now to come out with this palette. I feel like it is such a fall and winter color story, but I suppose they just came out with it whenever they were ready, I suppose. So while I am trying it today, I feel like I will be even more excited about it this winter. But today I'm gonna try not to go too smoky. Obviously, this being a very glam palette, that is exactly where it will tend to go. I'm gonna stick with the lighter mattes and lighter shimmers. I did find it very interesting that both Jen Phelps and Allie Glines mentioned that the mattes in this are not as pigmented as the ones in the Natasha Denona palette, which is fine with me. I do prefer more of a soft blendy shadow than a blendy super pigmented shadow. I feel like super pigmented shadows can be more tricky to work with. I think I'm gonna start here with this shade called Vanish. Even though I heard it's not too pigmented, I'm just gonna pick up a little bit, tap it, and I just wanna start to create some definition right there in my eye socket. And I'm raising my eyebrows to lift up all the loose skin since I do have hooded eyes. And I'm kind of putting this where they should be able to see if my eyes are closed. Yes, you can see. And I'm actually kind of pushing it into my eye socket there to create a little more depth, to create the illusion of a crease right there. Okay, I'm gonna get some more. I forgot to say that yes, my eyes are already primed. Already, I am really liking this matte shade. It is blending really easily. I'm not having to work very hard. And as noted, it's not too pigmented. Let's see if I can accomplish the same thing on the other eye. That's always the challenge, to get things to match. It's interesting, whenever you watch a makeup artist apply eyeshadow, they put it in super light layers. Even if they're doing a smoky shadow look, they go in with a very light hand and layer it, which I think that's super smart. It's so hard to get what you want accomplished when the shadows bam from the get-go. So anyway, I'm trying to be like that and be a little bit more patient and just slowly layer on the shadows. And the construction noises have started. It's endless here. So I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. We're gonna move on with this eye look. I think I'm gonna go into the shade called Shade. I'm gonna take a slightly different shaped brush for a little more precision. I'm just gonna add a little bit of dimension to the very outside of my eye. I've got just a little spot here that doesn't want to blend, so I took that other brush that I used the lighter shadow with to see if I can try to blend that out a little bit more. Okay, same on this side. Now let's choose a shimmer. I'm leaning towards this shade here in the middle called Tempt that looks the most pinky. And I'm gonna try it with a brush first, but I usually use my finger. So let's try it with a brush. I'll probably move to using a finger. I'm just gonna use the e.l.f. shadow brush. And I'm gonna place that right on the center. Yeah, it's barely laying down, so I'm sure that if I sprayed it, it would foil, but I don't really want to spray my brush, so I'm just gonna use my finger. It's much, much better. Okay, I'm gonna leave the inner corner clean so far. I'm just gonna put the color Tempt on the other eye. Now I'm gonna go into the shade right next to it called Disguise for the inner corner and inner lid. These shimmers feel really, really smooth. They're not chunky, they're not flaky, and they're not textured, which I know like textured shadows are kind of a thing right now, and I can appreciate them. I feel like they have a place, but I feel like this is the most approachable type of shimmer to where it lays nice and smooth on your lid. Putting Disguise in the inner corner with a brush. And I like to kind of bring it up like this and highlight that whole inner part right there. Sometimes it can be pretty subtle, but I don't know, I know it's there. For some reason, this side got a little patchy, which is really annoying, but I honestly have that problem a lot with this eye in that spot. So I wonder if it's just an issue with my eyelid skin there or what, but I often have a little bit of trouble right there. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the shade I started with, Vanish, to just put it along the lower lash line. I never like to put too much down here. I feel like it can make the eyes drag down. Now, for an everyday look, that's pretty much what I would do. Man, that spot is really bugging me. It's showing up even more on camera than it is in real life. Really annoying. That might have helped a little bit. Okay, so this is the type of everyday eyeshadow I would do. So now I'm gonna finish, I think. I'm gonna put on some mascara. For upper lashes, I'm gonna use the Oma Beauty Drama Bomb mascara. The wand is super fluffy and super gigantic. Also, it is a scented mascara. It's very, very scented. So if you have trouble with scents, I would avoid this one. It does create super volumized lashes, but I find that it does smudge on me, so I always avoid putting it on my bottom lashes. But this was one of those mascaras that when I first tried it, it was like, wow! It made a gigantic difference in the volume. I have been trying to practice doing my left eye with my left hand. They say that if you do that, your like the application will be the same on each eye basically, since you're not holding it at a weird angle for your opposite eye, which I get, but I am really not ambidextrous, and it has been definitely a learning curve trying to do mascara with my left hand. Man, see, look at that. That is such a nice mascara. It lengthened, it separated, and it volumized. I'm just not a giant fan of the scent. It's really scented, like I can smell it while wearing it. And also the fact that it does smudge. So on my bottom lashes, I'm gonna use the Benefit They're Real. This stuff does not like to come off. It's like the opposite of the Oma one, but it does make it a really good lower lash mascara. A lot of times, especially if I have skipped shadow on my lower lash line, I won't even put on mascara on my lower lashes, but since today I did put shadow there, figured I better wear mascara. I have not even tried to do my bottom lashes with my left hand. We're not gonna try today. There, once that mascara dries, it won't come off. Whenever I use this one, I have to use my oil cleanser, a regular cleanser, and like a hot washcloth, just like holding it in my eyes, gently dabbing. Like it takes a lot of effort to get it off. So anyway, there is my finished first try on with the Shadow Kiss palette. Despite my issues with this shade called Shade, not wanting to blend out on this eye, I do think it's more of a me problem versus the actual color, and that is one of the shadows I've seen other people use, and it worked just fine. So yeah, I think it was just a me problem, but otherwise I really enjoyed it. I thought it blended out really, really easily, this shade Vanish up here. And the shimmers, like I said, are the very approachable type of shimmers where if you wanted to foil them, you easily could, but if not, you can use it with your finger or a brush, and they're not gonna be the type that's gonna like startle people. Like, holy moly, her eyes are super shiny. And they're not going to emphasize texture on your eyelids. It's just a really nice smooth shimmer. I'm looking forward to trying it more, especially when the weather cools off, since a lot of this is pretty cool toned. And I think I'm a fan of the Alter Ego palette here, so let me know, have you tried Alter Ego before? What do you think of the formula? Do you have the original Glam palette from Natasha Denona? How do you think they compare in application? Well, that's it for me today, guys. I hope that you have an absolutely lovely day. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye, guys.